Hey there, folks. Now we're going to talk about the phases of the moon from new to full and back again. Got to get in presentation mode here. So, it takes not quite 30 days for the moon to make one lap around us, 29 and a half to be exact. And you're going to learn a lot of terminology you've probably heard before, but maybe not actually used correctly or knew exactly what they meant. Some of you may know all this already, and good for you. So as I indicated a moment ago, it goes from a new moon to a full moon to a new moon. And just important there to point out, full moon is in the middle. I mean, I guess I never really thought about it too deeply, but full moon is in the middle of the cycle. We need to build the moon, then let it fade back out again. So two potentially new words for you here, waxing and waning. Waxing is growing, waning is shrinking. You may not have ever used either of these words, possibly waning. If anything, you have a waning interest, you might say, in Earth science class at this point. No, I'm kidding. I'm sure you guys are more enthralled than ever, right? Your enthusiasm is waxing. All right, anyhow. So what we move through here is we go from a new moon to a full moon, we're waxing, okay? And then as we go from full moon to new moon, again, we're waning. And these are the steps that we go through. Your phases as you wax and wane are in between new and full. Crescent, quarter, and gibbous. And I guarantee you quarter is going to confuse a lot of you because I was sitting here arguing with my wife about it the other day when I was writing this. I'm like, that's not a quarter damn moon. She's like, it's a quarter of the way through the cycle. I'm like, oh, yeah, okay. All right, anyhow. You'll see. It's easy. Sorry this is sideways. All right. I mean, I guess technically it is 1, 2, and then you count the back, 3 and 4. But anyhow, sorry this is sideways. But I didn't want to make it tiny. If I put it vertically, you understand. So new moon. And it is important to note that you could kind of, like in this picture here, you can kind of see the moon in the new moon. It's just really dark. Well, let's go this way so we're going the right way. Oh, no. Doesn't matter. We'll go this way. All right, so crescent. Everybody knows a crescent moon. You've got one on both sides. Quarter. Quarter. Now, when it comes time for the test, I'm not going to hold you responsible for recognizing a first quarter from a last quarter moon. Okay? Would like you to recognize a quarter moon, or as I was calling it the other day, half moon. But, and similarly, your gibbous moon, where it's like 3/4, for lack of a better word, most of the image. I won't ask you if it's waxing or waning. I'll just say this is an image of. You'll pick gibbous, hopefully. Full moon, fairly obvious, hopefully. And then back to new moon again. So new, crescent, quarter, gibbous, full. Gibbous, quarter, crescent, new. Learn it, live it, love it. All right, new moon. My son made, let's see, one of these was an original, and then my son modified a bunch of them for me, so hopefully they look decent. I couldn't figure out a way just to move this outer ring, but he's savvy. With a new moon, the moon rises at the same time as the sun. So the sun is behind the moon. And therefore, the front of it is not lit up. See how that works out? If you were on the far side of the moon, it'd be looking really swell. But, all right. And again, Moon moving through the sky here. All right. New moons can be not visible, partially visible. Moving on to Crescent. Quarter moon. Seeing half of it. I don't know why. I thought I had a picture here. Maybe not. His skills might not be that great. So you see the sun's here, so it's lighting up that, and that's why you see it. Remember, the moon doesn't have its own light source. It's reflected. Full moon. I stretched that one a little out of shape there, sorry. All right, at a full moon, the moon rises as the sun sets. Don't know if you paid attention to this kind of stuff. Maybe, maybe not. I've been staring at it for decades, but until I sat down and wrote it, I'm like, oh, yeah, you're right. That is what happens. The sun and the moon are at opposite sides of the sky, so the moon is fully illuminated. All right. And again, give you a minute to look at that here. Start it new. Sun's over here. Waxing is growing. Waning is shrinking. I don't know why they don't call it the waning quarter. And then here you can see what's actually going on with the moon proper. And as I said, I won't show you specific sides, but hey, they didn't do this one right. See right here? Oh no, it would be right. Because if you're looking at it here, it's on that. No, they didn't do that right. I have to yell at moonconnection.com about that one. All right, this is a little more confusing. But you guys will get it, I'm sure. Eclipses. All right. You got solar and lunar. I've heard those words definitely. But there's a lot of associated vocabulary that goes along with this. All right, so when the moon or the earth pass through each other's shadows is what we call an eclipse, okay? And this can only happen when the sun, the earth, and the moon line themselves up. Now, and you'll see this multiple times, so don't worry about getting it right here and now. A solar eclipse, the moon blocks the sunlight from the earth. It's got to be a new moon for this to happen. Okay. In a lunar eclipse, the earth blocks. So solar eclipse, the moon blocks the sunlight. In a lunar eclipse, the earth blocks the sunlight. And it must be a full moon for this one to happen. You could just see these multiple choice questions, can't you? I hope you can. All right. Umbra. Penumbra. The penumbra is the area around the umbra. Okay. I've been trying to think of a good visualization for this, and I really haven't come up with one. I'm thinking a lampshade where it's brighter in one area and dimmer as you go outwards, but that's actually the opposite. But it's the same sort of idea. So in any shadow, just find a shadow at some point. There's an area that is much darker than the other parts of the shadow. The darkest part of that shadow is the umbra area, okay? And the penumbra area is the area around it. So, total solar eclipse. And this is where I said there's so many varieties of this, and I don't think I'm going to get too deep testing-wise. We'll try to keep it fairly generic for you here, okay? you could plan on seeing umbra and penumbra, but as far as total solar and partial solar, I don't think we'll go that far. You'll certainly see, again, solar eclipse. But anyhow, total solar eclipse is seen from an area of the Earth that is in the moon's umbra. As the title implies, the sun is completely eclipsed by the moon. I think I've quoted Pink Floyd 4 times so far, if anyone's keeping count. Or referenced them at any rate. And then Van Morrison up here, of course. No, Cat Stevens, my bad. Yikes. Now, here's an interesting factoid if you like these kinds of things. Due to orbital speed, a total solar eclipse can last no longer than 7.5 minutes. All right, just can't happen. Partial solar eclipse. These happen a good bit more commonly than these, because more people can see them. And then the sun, as it implies, is only partially obscured. All right. This is cool. I like this a lot. The sun is 400 times farther away than the moon. And it is 400 times bigger than the moon. These are both approximatelys, all right? But it's 400 farther away, but it's 400 bigger. So as a result, they cancel each other out. And if you've ever wondered why, they appear the same size, okay? And yeah, the moon's a lot closer, and that's the easy answer. Oh, the moon's a lot closer, it's going to look bigger. Yeah, but did you know they were like almost even numbers? Pretty neat. So there's a total solar eclipse from you, as seen from France, 1999. I didn't go there. I borrowed these pictures. Yeah, Antumbra. Not gonna go there for the test, please. Don't worry. Very cool picture, though. Annular Eclipse. Okay, which is what we're seeing a picture of here. And we're seeing an antumbra. Remember, we had umbra and penumbra. Well, this is antumbra. Anti is in antechamber in the front of. Antecedent. Ante means in front of. Anyhow, it's got to be darn near perfect for this to line up. So very, very cool. Okay. So the moon is going this way. The Earth is going this way. And, no, that way as well. 3 different directions. I'm not going to ask you, don't worry. All right. Just a little diagram here. Lunar eclipse. These are fun. Don't stare at a solar eclipse, by the way. I didn't put that little safety note in there. This one you could watch quite easily. And they're more common. Full moon passes through the Earth's shadow. Okay. Turns red. That's because our atmosphere filters out the blue light. Kind of cool. I didn't see anything about the other colors. I'm sure if I Googled enough I would. But this is somebody recording a partial lunar eclipse. It's a partial because it's not fully obscured in the very beginning here. You'll see. So you can still see some moon. It's all timing. Pretty neat. Okay. Eclipse review. Solar eclipse. Sun, moon, Earth. Lunar eclipse, Sun, Earth, Moon. Got it? Solar, Sun, Moon, Earth. Lunar, Sun, Earth, Moon. Yeah, interesting to point out. Probably not necessary, but solar eclipse occurs in the daytime, and a lunar eclipse occurs at night. If I need 2 more questions, there you go. All right, that's the end of this for now.